Now you have to take 300 to 350 calories extra. This is how you should visualize everything you're eating. What is pranic healing as per Ayurveda? Resolved all your queries about your diet here. Hello and welcome back to Mama Baby etc. This is Srishti and we are doing Garbha Sanskar series. This is episode number 4 and we are going to talk all about the diet, healthy food, what is Sattvic or Sampurna food as per the Ayurveda, what is pranic healing as per Ayurveda, what makes the food complete for baby and mother, and how you should have an approach towards having a food after having a baby inside you. So without further ado, let's start this video and get resolved all your queries about your diet here. Now you are going to be a mother and you are having a body inside you. So your sole purpose is to give proper nutrients to the body which is now living inside you and to your body as well, because it is going with a lot of changes every minute, so it has to heal properly, it has to get nourished properly, and it has to prepare itself properly for the birth of the baby which is coming very soon. So when we talk about having food, then there is a difference between having a food holistically or having food according to the cravings. We talk a lot about cravings in the mom to be's. When we are a mom, we have cravings. Many of us have the cravings. When we satisfy our cravings, we forget that whether we are having proper nutrients or not. And if we are following some diet chart, it may subside some craving of ours. So how can we combine both of this and make a holistic food for our body? And when we say a mother should have a Sattvic bhojan or a complete or Sampurna diet, then Sampurna means what? Sampurna means a complete diet which must include fats, carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and along with these all nutrients, you should consume it with all the positive energies. So that's the main thing, because while you're having your food, you are transferring energies, and these energies are coming from the nutrients and of course the thinking that you are having while having the food. Any deficiency of zinc, folic acid, iron or calcium may cause problems or abortions or some anomalies in the pregnancy or the baby. So you should always take care of what you're having in your food, as well as you should take the supplements that your doctor has given you or has prescribed you. Without having or without consulting the doctor, you should not go for anything. And my first and forever suggestion is, when you are living in some area, like if you are an Indian, you should approach for the food that is grown around you or in your country. And when you are living in America, or maybe you're Indian or American, whatever, then you should look or approach towards the food which is grown in your locality, because the food that is grown in our locality nourishes us the best, because it is not traveling 7 seas to reach to us. So don't depend upon the fancy diets of having avocado or having blueberries or imported raisins which are not easily available in India. You should concentrate upon the locally grown food, either you're pregnant or not. Living in the same country or the same locality, you should concentrate upon having the foods that are locally grown around you. This is as per the Ayurveda. As per Ayurveda, when you're having a complete meal that comprises of a chapati, a bowl of vegetable, seasonal vegetable, with salads, a dal, a mixed dal or a simple dal with rice, some curd or buttermilk, then you are having your full nutrient that you require in a day. But when you are pregnant, then you can't have a full large palate at a time. So it is advised that you take the portions in 2 hours. And it is very important, because now you have to take 300 to 350 calories extra. Like if you were having 1200 calories earlier before pregnancy, now you will need 300 calories extra in your day or in your meal. So when you are having a full diet, make sure that you are having it in the portions. Like if you are not able to eat a full pallet at a time, then you should concentrate upon having all the things in a day, but at some time. Like you can have your buttermilk with some chana in the evening. So the chana and peanuts will going to give you the calcium and iron, and of course it will fuel you with some energy in the evening time. Apart from having bread or something which has no calories or no nutrient inside them, you can have such snacks in your diet. You can have makhanas instead of popcorns while enjoying your favorite TV show or some movie. So there is one other thing as well. Whenever you are having your meal, you should concentrate upon your meal. We will come to that approach in a separate section of this video. Now, when Ayurveda say that your psychological impression will go along with your meal, then you should always visualize your food while having anything, while you're having chapatis or while you're having rice or anything. You should know its nutritional value. Like if you're having your ragi halwa or ragi porridge, ragi is very rich in iron. So when you're having your ragi porridge, you should visualize that it is going inside you and it is being transferred to your womb and to the baby and giving nourishment to its bone as it's very rich in calcium. It's giving nourishment to its blood as it's very rich in iron. So this is how you should visualize everything you're eating. And of course, when you're pregnant, you should avoid junk food because it has very low calories or very low nutrient basis. Also, when you are having cravings, like people say that a pregnant mother crave for pani puri, crave for achar, crave for papads and anything, it is very much avoidable, and it is not advised to take a lot of such food which is very spicy or having very much salty content in it. Like if you want to have something which subsides your craving, you can either have a substitute of it, like you can have a lemon pickle instead of achar, any achar which is very salty. You can have homemade pani puris, or you can have jaljeera water instead of having pani puri. Or when it is too much, like you're craving too much for it, you can have 2 or 3 puris once. But it's not advised to listen to your cravings every day, because sometimes it's just psychological, it's not your cravings, because you will fill your tummy with junk food and you will not fuel your body with the energies which is actually required at the time of pregnancy. Ayurveda says there are 6 types of rasa, shataras, that should go inside us while having a meal. These shataras means the 6 taste, which is actually madhur, kashai, katu, lavan, tikta and amla, which is actually nothing but sweet, salty, sour, spicy, bitter and astringent. So these are the 6 ras that should go inside us, and while we are having a meal, it's like a havan. Ayurveda says it's like a sacrificial fire or a havan when we are feeding our body with the proper meal. The havan should lit well and should assimilate all the thing that we are having or we are giving to the sacrificial fire. So it means that while you are having these shataras inside you, they are going to your stomach or to your digestive system to give you proper assimilation of food. When it is lit well or when it is started well, then it will end well. And they say that you should start your meal with something sugary or madhur ras, with some madhur ras. Madhur ras need not to have sugar or proper sweet thing. Madhur ras can also be introduced with rice, ghee and gur. So you should always concentrate upon having a healthy diet. You should avoid white food which is sugar, maida or anything which has no nutrient value and will stuff your food with nothing but junk. Now coming to the pranic healing, according to Ayurveda, there are 4 other factors which are affecting your diet or the development and growth of your body and the development of the baby as well. So what are those four aspects? Those are Dravya, Kshetra, Kal and Bhava. Now Dravya means the quality of food that you're having. So it's very important that you should have the wholesome meal which has every nutrient in it. Then the next thing is Kshetra, or the ambience where you're having your food. It's very important to have the food in the positive environment. If you're feeling any negativity around you, then put on some good music and have your food imagining it with the nutrients. Third thing is Kal. Now Kal is basically the timings of the meal. You should have your food with the proper interval of the time and on the proper timings. Like breakfast should be at 7:30, lunch should be at 11:30. Then the mid meal or evening high tea should be at 4 o'clock and the dinner at 8. So this should be according to your sleeping and waking up pattern that you should decide which is best for yourself. The fourth and the very important aspect is Bhav. Which emotions are you feeding to your baby? With which emotions you're having your meals? Like whenever you're having your meals, you should imagine good. The way I said before, when you're having anything, you should imagine that how it is going to yourself. And it's not just about the pregnant mothers, it's about everyone. When we are having our meal, we should imagine or think about the nutrients that are going inside us, that are feeding us, that are giving us energy, that are converting our energies to the positive ones, that are affecting us in all the positive ways. The same is with the pregnant mothers. When they are having their meals, they should concentrate upon giving the meals at the proper time, in the proper environment and with the proper bhav. A complete meal will going to give baby, of course, the positive vibe and the positive growth. Also, when we are having our food, try to sit on the ground and have it. Until and unless you don't have been advised by the doctor to have a complete bed rest and do not sit on the ground, then you should always sit down on the ground and then have your meal. Because when you're bowing down to have your meal like this, you are giving extra pressure to your digestive system and it will help to assimilate the food best. It will push the food to the every corner, like to intestine, to stomach. It will secrete the bile juice perfectly and it will help the digestive system. So try to have your meals sitting on the ground whether you're pregnant or not. So when I was pregnant, I used to eat my meals on the ground till 9 months. Even now we have our meals mostly on the grounds as well. You can have a asana below yourself and you can have your meals while sitting on the ground only. That will really going to help. In next part, we will continue this video to know what are the necessary nutrients and its source for a pregnant woman. We will discuss about the deficiencies which can occur. How can we target upon the fruits and vegetables to complete the requirement during the pregnancy? So stay tuned for the upcoming video and last episode of Garbha Sanskar series. Hope you like this video. If you do so, then do not forget to hit the like button and comment here, and of course subscribe to my video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Take care.